Alright, assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin Update today. And I've been scratching my head for a little bit of time now. And it's time we talk about what exactly Bitcoin is trying to do. So I do see that Bitcoin is interested in holding the support. You can see that these stop losses were taken away and we maintain the falling wedge structure. So nothing is bad, nothing is completely looking fishy. There's nothing wrong with what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. So in my opinion, we still have chances for Bitcoin to pop out of here and try to go back up to 30,800. So 15 to 16% of a move is coming in for Bitcoin. And that's my personal opinion. I have a dead end of $24,700. That's where, for me personally, game over is going to be. And speaking of scratching my head, I think we are in a market phase of disbelief. Okay. And right now, nobody wants to believe that Bitcoin can do something like this, except me and some very few minority of people. I personally believe that Bitcoin wants to do something like this. Of course, there's a CME gap. That's the only exception I have, and that's the only reason why I have an expectation of a downtrend as well. But I do also have a belief of this thing. There was a time when I told you that, you know what, Bitcoin isn't looking for any uptrend, and that was during this time. I'm pretty sure a lot of people remember last year and how crazy the market was last year. We made a lot of predictions. I saved the bear market. And honestly, maybe this is one of those few channels that actually saved a lot of people from the bear market crashes. Okay, we've talked about Bitcoin going from 42,000 to 25,000, from 25,000 all the way down to even 19,000, 17,000, 16,000. And we were looking for $8,000, but that's where invalidation of a bull flag, bear flag happened on the monthly, and we don't see $8,000 anymore. Now, instead, all you have is a falling wedge that was created, and you're breaking out of it, and you're looking to go back. My technical target still remains $69,000, regardless of Bitcoin going to $18,000 or not. The time frame is higher one. The time frame is not inside the smaller frames. It's on the outside of the higher time frames. You're looking to go back up. So if we do talk about the market phase disbelief, I'm going to show you one thing. And it's actually this chart right over here. So we actually, come to this image. I think the market is like, right now, this is disbelief, right? That's the disbelief phase. And when you look at that disbelief, if I zoom in there, you start to move to the upside and you take over all the way for the euphoria, and people get very, very bullish right over here just to go for another bear market, right? I personally think that this, what you see right here, and then this is Bitcoin right now with another disbelief right over here. This is where Bitcoin is, I think. This is where Bitcoin is sitting right now. We've already gone through depression and anger, and I kind of think we are in a disbelief. We have an inverse head and shoulders. We have a morning star on the weekly time frame. Things are looking pretty amazing, if you ask me, for Bitcoin. And on the weekly, we're still holding the EMAs. We are above the EMAs, and we are successfully testing the EMAs. And that's why I'm saying that the best time frame to look right now for Bitcoin is on the weekly time frame. It's going to take time. That's my personal opinion. I'm not looking at daily. I'm not looking at the 4-hour time frame. I'm just looking at two things. The weekly EMA crossover, which is making a very bullish statement, and we do have a pattern that is supporting my claim, and that is the falling wedge that I've just showed you. So let's go back into Bitcoin. All right, so here we are again. If I do zoom out, take out like this, and bring the image right there, you've had that euphoria level of move to the upside. You've gone down here. People were angry down there. People were depressed right over here for a very long time. And now you've taken off, and in my opinion, you're looking for this area, which is the disbelief area. And from here, you could actually start to move to the upside once again. This is all educational based. I personally see it being this way, and this might have been your bottom for Bitcoin actually. And that's the first thing. The falling wedge also supports the claim to go back up. If I do go on the weekly time frame, let's look at the weekly, and I'm going to bring in the weekly. You are maintaining a very, very nice good. And I actually want Bitcoin to close near $26,700, because you got the morning star. And of course, people had their stop losses below the morning star. They actually took the stop losses, which is actually even good to move to the upside. Other people's stop losses are the fuel for the whales to actually push the prices to the upside, right? So take the morning star stop loss, because the people are going to have their stop loss right there. Make a stop loss hunt, take it out. And what you see right now is a doji that is about to be printed out, or a dragonfly, which is a bullish pattern, and you move up. On top of that, keep in mind, you do have the EMAs crossover, and the EMAs, yes, right now you are just below the 10, but there is a squeeze about to come in here, okay? You're going to have a squeeze, and that's where, if you do actually end up popping down and coming to 24,700, which is my technical target for game over, then I do look for an $18,000. If that happens, then I don't have any view to say that, Bitcoin is going to move to the upside. But I do believe, I kind of have belief that people are in disbelief, and we might be looking at things to get really, really good. Finger crossed. And I'm not biased in anything. So that's it for this update on Bitcoin. I'm going to see you in the next one. I love you.